We get a look at the new school administration building and the latest local walking trail. Plus, could we see our town featured in a blockbuster video game? All of these stories and more coming up on this edition of the North Andover Journal. Hello and welcome to this edition of the North Andover Journal. I'm Ron Carpenito. Well, school is out and the summer is officially underway. Independence Day is coming up this weekend and the festival committee is holding a two-day celebration on the Common. Fireworks will be shot off on Friday night and North Andover Camp will be broadcasting live all day Saturday. One of the events planned for this weekend is the annual 4th of July road race, hosted by the Borderline Running Club. This family-friendly event features a 5K course, a 10K course, and a half-mile fun run for the kids. The routes will start at the Common and take runners along the streets of North Andover and then loop back for post-race snacks and an awards ceremony. Not only will you burn some calories before heading off to that barbecue and walk away with an awesome t-shirt, you'll be helping support the North Andover Senior Center. There's still time to register, so check out North Andover 4th of July roadrace.com. You don't have to wait for an organized run to experience North Andover's great outdoors. The town boasts over a dozen walking trails, including the recently opened Stevens to Stevens. We caught up with Glenn Aspesley of the Friends of North Andover Trails organization for more.
Hi, my name is Glenn Aspesley, and I'm president of Friends of North Andover Trails. We're here on the Stevens to Stevens Trail. This is a 1.3 mile trail that runs from the Stevens Coolidge Place on Andover Street across the Common, across Academy Lane, and then through some fields, across Stevens Street and Pleasant Street, and comes out down at the town beach where you can cross over into Wire Hill. This trail has been a really interesting project because we've been working on it with the trustees of reservations, which is the largest land trust in Massachusetts. So our volunteer group is really kind of helping them out with this project. This has been in the works for about a half dozen years now. And through a series of donations with this from various members of the Stevens family, we've been able to piece together these open space parcels that lets us actually go all the way from the old center down to the lake without going through any other private property, just this land trust. Friends of North Andover Trails is entrusted with taking care of the town-owned trails. There's about a half dozen places to hike that are on town land. The group is also North Andover's caretaker for the Bay Circuit Trail, which is a 200-mile trail that runs all the way from Salisbury Beach all the way sort of around like 495 and down to the South Shore. The group also does special projects like building bridges and boardwalks and cutting new trails. And for that kind of work, we'd have to get specific permission for the project from the town. But for just the basic maintenance, we can go out. We just let the Conservation Commission know that we're going out there, and we do trail work on a monthly basis through the spring, summer, and fall. If you've been to Wire Hill lately, you'd notice the controlled burn that they did there. The trustees of reservations have been taking a really interesting approach to their land management in the past couple of years, with a focus on creating habitats that you wouldn't normally find around eastern Massachusetts. Before this area was settled, you would have a habitat that was created by recurring fire events. There's wildlife and plant life that relies on these habitats. So at Wire Hill, what they've done over the past couple of years is conduct controlled burns on small areas. I believe the one that they just did was only 3 or 4 acres. And they can do it in a morning, and they work with the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation and of course the fire department to set these going. They let them burn for a few hours, and then once all the fuel source on the leaves on the ground are consumed, the fire pretty much puts itself out, and they have to go around and extinguish the little areas that are still smoking. And it's pretty amazing to see how quick the wildlife comes back. As soon as the fire's gone, you see chipmunks scampering around, you see insects coming back in, and then the new growth of these species that are evolved to be okay with the forest eventually catching on fire, those trees are actually totally fine. The thing that we're most excited about right now is a project that's been about, I would say, 10 years in the making. And as of July, we plan to be selling an 84-page guide to North Andover trails. This is a full-color booklet that includes 16 maps, descriptions of all the trails in town, and also features dozens of beautiful photos by local wildlife photographers. And this will be on sale around town, pretty much in any shop you can find. We're going to try to sell it everywhere. We should be at the 4th of July festival, if all goes well, selling it there too. If you want to find out more about Friends of North Andover Trails, go to our website, fonat.org, fonat.org. There you'll find a place to sign up for our email newsletter, our full calendar of events including trail work, special events, and guided walks. If you're more comfortable exploring trails in a group setting, our group runs monthly walks pretty much year-round. We went straight through snowshoeing all winter long. And it's usually the second Sunday of every month, but take a look at the calendar on our website. If you're going out alone this time of year, I would say just stay out of the bushes, because we do have a pretty serious tick infestation this year in town. You're also going to want to watch out for a poison ivy, as you can see growing along the side of the trail here. It came in pretty thick this year. And my other recommendation would be get out there and take a look, check out our awesome trails. Go to Osgood Hill. If you love trails but you've only been to Wire Hill, check out Osgood Hill. Take a walk at Mazarenko Farm, Harold Parker of Oxford State Forest. There's so many wonderful trails in town.
And if the outdoors don't pique your interest, perhaps this will. Maryland-based Bethesda Softworks recently unveiled their highly anticipated upcoming video game, Fallout 4. And there's a chance that players will be trekking through a virtual version of North Andover when it arrives. Fallout is a best-selling RPG franchise about the future we could have had if the Cold War ended hot. A long-standing rumor that the latest chapter would be set in and around Boston was confirmed in a trailer that features a dilapidated Bunker Hill, retrofitted USS Constitution, and the State House's iconic Golden Dome. Fittingly, the region is known as the Commonwealth and stretches beyond downtown Boston into a vast wasteland, which Bethesda is touting as their largest and most ambitious game world yet. Could a nuked North Andover be included? Concept art shown at this year's E3 drew heavy inspiration from across New England, including some scenes that are eerily close to our very own Main Street, as well as North Parish Church and the fire station at Town Hall. Even the final shot of the trailer depicts a war-torn Boston skyline that's in line with our view from Wire Hill or Interstate 93. But so far, no actual game maps have been shown. We'll know for sure if Turkey Town makes a cameo when Fallout 4 is released this November. You don't have to wait that long to cure your boredom, though. Biff and Sheldon are back with more summer entertainment for all the guys in town, and ladies too.
Hello, North Andover!
Welcome back to part 2 of our arts and entertainment segment for the Journal, with a salute to dads this month, into the summer.
I'm Biff. This here's my friend Sheldon, and together we are the B and S section of the report of the entertainment going on in North Andover for the second part of June and on into the summer.
We'll be covering shows and some audition opportunities this month that may even make me want to step away from my collection of circuit boards just for a minute or two. Golly gee whiz, Biff.
Well, let's hear the lineup, dude. Come on. This is definitely going to be a great month and a great summer for arts and entertainment in the Merrimack Valley. Let's get started.
All right, Biff. Well, the first show we are featuring this time is a young adults production called Almost Maine. It'll be performed at Acting Out's Daily Theater in Lawrence on June 26th and June 27th. This play is actually made up of 9 short plays that explore love and loss in a remote, not this kind, mythical almost town called Almost Maine.
Hence the name. I get it. I get it.
The play, which has some mature content,
It's okay. It's all right. You can handle it.
has a whimsical approach to the joys and perils of romance. And I do believe that romance is somewhat perilous, Biff.
No, come on, Sheldon, it's not that bad. You're quite the handsome fella, I mean, take a look at yourself. Don't be so down on yourself. You're gorgeous.
shucks, Biff. Well, I guess nerds can be cool too, right?
That's right.
All right.
Ha!
Well, be sure to check out Acting Out's production of Almost Maine. Refer to the website for showtimes and tickets at www.actingouttheater.com.
All right, let's see what we have next. All right, next up, we have a call for auditions at Acting Out for the month of June. There's a whole bunch going on. There's going to be auditions for The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, great story. Those auditions are on June 15th and June 23rd. This show will star adults and kids. It's not just for kids only, so even an old guy like me can be in it. Rehearsals will be on Thursday nights and Sundays. The show's not going up till November 5th and November 8th, so you got plenty of time to rehearse. Be sure to go to the Daily Theater in Lawrence and prepare 16 measures of a song. You could do it, you could do it. And also be prepared to do some cold readings from the script. I guess they like turn the air conditioning on really high or something. It's sure to be a really fun adventure. And remember, more details are available at actingouttheater.com.
All right. Well, for those of you who have never auditioned before, listen to this famous Mark Twain quote. Don't be afraid to go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is.
Okay, moving on.
Nice.
Now, if you'd like to see a real far stage musical this summer, you got to check out Pentucket Players' production of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. It's on July 10th through the 12th. It's kind of a body story, I guess, of a slave named Pseudolus and his attempts to win his freedom by helping his young master woo the girl next door.
Sounds like fun and a history lesson for all rolled into one.
Perfect for you there, Sheldon.
For tickets and showtimes, refer to their website at www.pentucketplayers.org.
All right, next. All right. If you're interested in some summer theater youth programs, get those kids off the couch this summer, listen up. ACT Andover is going to be holding a 3-week intensive program for students entering 2nd grade through 6th grade. It's kind of like theater boot camp. They'll be performing Beauty and the Beast on July 31st and August 1st. It's going to be great.
And for students entering 7th through 12th grade, ACT Andover will be holding another 3-week program culminating in a production of Disney's Aida on August 7th and 8th. For more info on these 2 programs, refer to their website at www.acttheatercompany.com.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Acting Out Theater is going to be putting on a wicked awesome production of Legally Blonde. It's going to be great. It's okay. It's for kids ages 10 through 17. This camp is going to be held from July 27th through August 7th. And the performances will be held on August 7th and the 8th. If fun is what you want, be sure to sign up for this program. The result's going to be a big boost in the kids' confidence and a great acting experience for everybody.
I could sure use a boost in confidence, Biff.
Well, Sheldon, normally I think this stuff's for kids, but in your case, I think they'd make an exception. So, if you want to check it out, you got to go to the website at actingouttheater.com.
Sounds nifty. It sounds like a really fun time, Biff.
It's going to be great. Hey, buddy, I got to head out back. I got to go fire up the hibachi, so I think that's all the time we have for this week's episode. Sorry.
Well, thanks again for watching our late June and into the summer arts and entertainment update on the Journal. Join us next time as we cover even more fun entertainment options in the Merrimack Valley. So until next time, cheers to you, North Andover.
Cheers.
And see you later, alligator.
Sheldon, that's
Hi,
enough.
Mom.
Stop.
Sorry.
Well, thank you guys. And if you're still coming up short on summer fun, there's plenty of room in the enrichment programs this July and August at the Historical Society. Here's Director Carol Majahad with more.
Hi, I'm Carol Majahad, and welcome to the North Andover Historical Society. I am the executive director here, but I'm also the educator and program director. Today I would like to talk a little bit about the Adventures in Time program. We have been running this program every summer since 1989. And it is a great 2-week program in the summer, 1 week in July, 1 in August, where we explore a theme in history or a time period in history. And we try to alternate that year to year. This year in July, we're going to be looking at the colonial period, and the week is called Colonial Days. Some of the things that we're going to be doing in that week are related to wool. So, you know, textiles were a really important part of North Andover's history. There were a lot of textile mills here. They were wool-based. And so this summer, we're going to take it all the way back to the basics, and they will learn how to do some drop spinning. They won't make one like this, but they make their own. It's amazing, you know, all those waste CDs that you don't know what to do with, they make remarkable spindles. They will be spinning their own wool by the time we're done. And because we're not really mean people, we will actually also supply them with already spun yarn that they can dye when we're doing our dyeing. We will teach them something about natural dyes. These are actually dyed with some natural dye materials. This happens to be a plant called madder, which was grown in almost every garden around here at that time. And this, I believe, is the lowly pokeberry. Ever wonder why we have some of these strange weeds? That's because they were originally planted because they were good for dyeing things. We will be making some field trips, one to the Ipswich Museum, where they actually have recreated a 17th century house. We will be going to the Haverhill Historical Society and using their John Ward house for open fire cooking, spend a day there. And then we're going to use our own Parson Barnard house, which of course was built in 1715. And we have a very able caretaker who is also a Revolutionary War reenactor, and he's going to train our children what it would be like to be in the militia. And then we'll end it all up by creating some colonial era food and having a colonial tea party. Adventures in Time is a rather unusual program in that we actually have children attend between the ages of 7 and 13. And someone asked me once, well, more than once, why do you have such a wide range of ages? And I said, well, it kind of happened that way. And then we sort of looked at the model of the old-fashioned one-room school, where, yes, the children were studying different things, but there was a real benefit from children of different ages and levels to be in one room. And that's what we try to recreate during the week of Adventures in Time. The first week is July. It's July 13th through 17th. We still have spots open. The cost is very, very reasonable. It's $140 per child per week. So again, not for many things. And it's run from 9:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. And that cost does include all of the field trips and all of their materials. And they get to take a lot of things home. We try to make the children make something, a very simple sewing project that at the end of the week they put on, and that would make them feel like it. So for the girls, we generally have them make some kind of a mob cap, which is, of course, just very flattering. And they all will, now this, of course, is commercially available bandanas, and we will send it, but we usually will buy them a plain bandana, and they do their own dyeing, and that's one of the things we're going to be doing this week, and so they'll probably dye their own bandana. And by putting that on, see, all of a sudden I look much more colonial here. And then for that day, that very last day, we give them long skirts, which I haven't had on, and other sorts of props, which they don't necessarily get to take. But see, we're just going to add an apron to this lovely outfit that I have on. And because, of course, I have on a modern dress without sleeves, which they wouldn't have done, I'll have to add the seasonally inappropriate but necessary. There is my instant colonial lady. In August, and it's August 3rd through 5th, we're actually going to do something, again, one of these themes that runs through history. It's called Playing at Life. And it's based on an exhibit that we did here about 7 years ago, which was so much fun to research and to think about, is that the way that most of us learn to do anything in life starts off in childhood in play. So we've all played house, we all play games, and in games we learn either skills or observation, being able to process information. If it's a team game, how to develop teamwork. Very important skills that you'll need for life. And then, of course, some games like puppetry, people can role play to their heart's content if you play a puppet show. We do all kinds of styles of puppets. We let the kids try to figure out how, first of all, what their story is. So they get a little experience in trying to create a storyline. And then they create all their characters. They work in teams, come up with a story. This is one style of puppets that were really popular, particularly in the shadow shows or the Punch and Judy shows. So if you didn't have a marionette, you could have somebody underneath, And our puppet stage is a very simple little opening, and we just put it on a table, but it's effective enough. And we do have a puppet show, full puppet show the last day. We have a lot of native games, which we'll make, sets of games, which again, they learn the whole value of being able to come up with a system of pictographs and what they mean. And, you know, it gives them a little insight by playing these games in the fact that, you know, what was life sort of like in these native communities that existed here, you know, before the English actually totally settled the area. This year, what we're going to try is we're actually going to have a session where we're going to challenge the children in groups to design their own game, to come up with a game, you know, what's the purpose of the game, how would you make it, and to make the game and then invite other people to play it. So we'll just see where it takes us. Not quite sure, but that's the great thing about a summer program is that it's much less informal, I mean, it's much less formal. You can take risks, you can do all kinds of wonderful things. The children who come, I would say in general, do have a general interest in history, and they might come a little better prepared, and they're ready to answer questions, and they do. But they find pretty soon that, you know, it's more that they're not being tested on anything. They're just there to kind of experiment and to learn and to grow, and then we all learn from each other. So it's really, if this is the program I developed that I would have liked to have gone to when I was a kid. That's the honest truth. Our 17th century Saturdays are going to be based on the 300th birthday of the Parson Barnard House. And so here we have our brand new banner, which is going to go and fly at the house. In our September 17th century Saturday, which I believe is September 5th, Labor Day weekend, we're going to combine a birthday party with a thank you North Andover, because as everyone knows, over the last couple of years, you may have noticed a lot of work going on at the Parson Barnard House, and that was all generously funded by the town's CPA. The Historical Society is not part of the town. We are privately supported. We obviously are collecting the history for the town, but you know, when the town does vote to give us money in support of what we're doing, we're extremely grateful. So we hope that people will be able to join us then. So it is the first Saturday of every month, except this year, July. The North of Boston Tourism Board decided they didn't want to compete with 4th of July, so the July one will be July 11th. 17th century Saturdays would not be possible without our volunteers who come and help and man the house, because the only staff member who comes to those events is me, and so I need volunteers to come. If anyone out there is interested in learning what it would be to be a volunteer, would love to hear from you. You can email me, just go to our website, go contact us, Carol Majahad, click, and you're there. Or you can call the phone number. We would love to hear from you, and you know, you really would have it's a fun day and a fun time to get involved. And again, it's like one time a month for only 5 months during the year. So we would love to hear from you. And again, if any parents out there have children and you're wondering what to do with them for those 2 weeks in July and August, seriously, go to our website, click on our programs, go on Adventures in Time, and you get a sense of the fun. We put as many photos as we can of kids from last year and enjoying themselves and what they got out of it. And I think it will convince you that this might very well be the experience that your child has been waiting to do. So.
The North Andover Public Schools Administration has been headquartered in various temporary offices for nearly a decade, but recently construction was completed at their new home on Main Street, right across from Kittredge Elementary. We dropped in on their open house to see more of the new building and meet the district's new superintendent.
Hello, my name is Greg Gilligan. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for the town of North Andover.
And I'm Jim Mealy, also Assistant Superintendent for the North Andover Schools. We are standing in the new meeting room of the new administration building for the school department.
We're extremely grateful to the community for providing such an awesome space for meetings, school committee meetings. We're going to house special education here, technology, teaching and learning folks will be here. We've been in rented space now for 10 plus years.
Since I've been here, 6 years.
And before that we were on High Street and then over at the Lucent building. So it's really nice to have a dedicated space and to really have a true campus and be so close to all the schools.
The location is perfect. If you don't know, we're right where the old police station was, and we are in the middle of everything as opposed to at the very far end of town.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Price. I am the incoming superintendent of schools here in North Andover, and this is my brand new office. I am really excited in a few weeks to get in here, and this will be my space. A few things I'm really excited about with the space is, first of all, out the window, I get to look over at the Kittredge Elementary School, and that really makes me excited because one of the things that's really hard about becoming a superintendent is you feel less connected to schools, but right outside my window is an elementary school, and if I crane my neck a little bit, I can see the middle school. So I'm really excited about the location. I'm also just really excited to get started here in North Andover and this wonderful building to come into. It feels like a great opportunity for a new chapter of the North Andover Public Schools.
It's a number of years worth of work in terms of planning and it coming to the actual building completion. It's a beautiful facility. It's a great restoration of the space. It's great walking distance to so many of our elementary schools, our middle school, and the high school. And it's going to be a huge asset for us as we move forward into the 21st century. And I'm delighted that it's here on the site of the former Johnson High School, and we've got the bell outside dedicated to that.
It's the bell from Johnson High School. Has the date on it of 1867.
It was originally the bell for Town Hall,
Which shared offices.
and then as the town, right, and there were only a couple classrooms in the building, but as the town grew and more classrooms were needed, this became the school, or the old Johnson building became the school, and then Town Hall moved down the other end of Main Street.
Truly, we're appreciative of all the work from the town manager, Andrew Mailer, the selectmen, all the
Ray
folk.
Santilli.
Ray Santilli
Work
is
on
a
this
project manager, and Mr. Mealy has overseen this coming to fruition. Big thanks to the selectmen and the school committee, but it's really a great spot.
Yep.
Now let's check out the CAM event calendar for the next few weeks after the Fort's festivities. There's still room left in the summer workshops here at North Andover CAM. 4th through 8th graders can learn the basics of television production and media